Robin just stepped out.
You know, I think LA is best described as heavy sunshine. Because that sunshine, it's emotional, it's sometimes depressing, it feels dirty, but it also feels like a warm blanket. And it also keeps you young in some ways. It's life is a little bit, at first you feel like life is a little bit easier, and then you realize that it's actually like sucking your lifeblood. Terragram Ballroom, the Terragram Ballroom show was, I guess, the biggest thing that we've put together on the live front. Not the biggest show we've ever had in terms of audience size, but the biggest show we've ever had in terms of like musical direction. We wanted to pull out all the stops musically. Instead of being like, oh, well, we can't afford that, or, oh, that's too much of an effort, we're like, well, anything's possible, let's just try it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to that level, and then it's gonna like, things will ease up, watch, things will ease up. Every single time we've reached like that next level, that like metaphoric they speak about, it becomes more hustle. We're kind of always 10 minutes late to something because we've overbooked ourselves.
Yeah, but you know, you have sort of a goal you're getting to. You keep kind of like chipping away at it, and I mean it's kind of, we don't know any other way really.
There's a lot that you realize you don't need when you're really broke.
Yeah, I mean I think a lot of times it's things you think you need, you don't need, and you can really get down to the bare necessities. But I would think for both of us, well, a need would definitely be music. But it's just been an indelible part of us as our, in our lives and in our associations and what we view ourselves as, and probably what people view us as too. So it's like we need to have music because that's just part of our fabric of our life.
All right, let's do your vocals.
But Smoke Season as a name's origin story is different than what everyone thinks it is. When we first got here, everyone's like, you get off stage and they're like, I know this producer, I know this A&R person, like everybody's just blowing smoke up each other's asses, everyone's blowing smoke in each other's ears, and so we kind of called that the Smoke Season. It's funny now because I go and tour the country and sometimes I find like the bullshit is more apparent in other cities than LA, but maybe that's just because we've burrowed ourselves like mice into a community that is wholly authentic. Yeah, that's the origin story of the name Smoke Season, and unfortunately it doesn't have anything to do with marijuana. I think LA is having its musical renaissance right now, and a lot of it is fueled by women, which is fucking rad. I really think that our music history courses will teach about this particular music scene and all the amazing famous artists that came out of it. Or like we have one heart in the center of like Echo Park, East LA, Silver Lake, and it's just feeding all these artists and just inspiring all these amazing artists.
There's just a beautiful communal aspect to our friends, and a lot of them happen to be musicians too, and so we'll play on different shows together, we'll play on different projects together, work together, help each other out, and it's really this like communal vibe where everybody just wants to help everybody out, and it's not like a competitive thing, it's more like a lovely kind of synergy.
LA is the only place in the whole world where people are just like, oh yeah, just like unfazed, like I'm like oddballs are the norm, especially in East LA.
Just another freak in the freakdom. Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't take pictures of us like
So I
this.
wouldn't want to go anymore.
We're not ready yet.
It's mostly
You
for
photographers?
her.
Well,
It's just me. I think I live my life 50-minute performance slots at a time.
Well, they say all the world's a stage, right?
No, but I mean like I live for that hour on stage.
Yeah.
Everything else is sort of the in-between.
When you're on tour and you go, from city to city, and people are excited, and like you could be so tired, you just played 5 shows in a row, you're on your 6th night in a row, and you're just like, how am I going to muster the energy to perform tonight? And then you just get on stage and it's just like, you perk up. You know what I mean? There's something about stepping on stage and performing. It's just immediately there's like electricity. Terragram was a perfect example of that, where it was just, they were with us. It didn't feel like it was like us and them. It was like we're together doing this thing. It's just like that energy. That's energy. We're giving out the energy. They're giving us energy back, and that like cycle happens, and it was just exhilarating.
Just did a lot of action.
I'm wearing.
I was just throwing at you and see if. Oh my god.
Just don't put it in your eyeballs.
Whew. Healing. I think I've done a lot of healing in my life, both physically and emotionally. So I've really learned to listen to my body in terms of like what kind of sleep I need, what kind of vitamins I need to take every day. I neti pot every day. Like I always warm up, like you said. I have to work out or I can really feel it. Like I just unfortunately can't take it. I mean, I don't eat meat. I drink like 10 water bottles a day. And the problem is when I don't, that's the nature of lupus. You really feel shitty. And actually the crutch of my healing process was always music. Always. Like it was a coping mechanism during the difficult childhood. It was the healing mechanism post difficult childhood. It was like music has literally been the emotional medicine that I needed. Well, I think if you're doing it right, the things you're hoping for are your dreams. I think actually a lesson that I could learn is to be more satisfied if my dreams are not met. But I'm an Aries, so
Yeah.
I'm just shooting for the sky every time. You're a bit more pragmatic.
I'm more pragmatic, but I like to also dream big too. Like why not? But also I think a lot of it is hoping. Hoping is you have to like have an action. I think.
Yeah, fuck hope, just prepare.
And also the cafe out front opens after hours.
Oh shit.
What?
Oh shit.
Afterdoors?
All you need is love.
Fuck. I have a problem and it's called I love everybody. It's like such a rare thing when I fall in love with everyone in a weird little way. There's the joke, actually one of my close friends, her name's Whitney Moore, she's brilliant. If you don't know her, you should. Once said to me, she's like, I think I'm in love with limerence.
Right, limerence.
Limerence.
I was trying to think of. I was like, what's that word again?
Do you know what limerence is? Limerence is the act of falling in love, or like the things that happen when you're falling in love, like the butterflies in your stomach and the excitement and like the lead up to like having the person and stuff. I'm in love with limerence, but apart from that, I also like get so excited about new people. So much so that sometimes I like open myself up to people who are a little bit of like parasites.
And not worthy of that.
But basically, I mean, I am truly a performer in terms of like giving my all to everyone, because I do that even when I'm not performing. I'm like, do you need to stay at my house? What should you... Love, like, to me, it's so much more than romance or relationships or... I mean, it is relationships, but it's so much more than romance.
The love you make is equal to the love you
Do you
take.
want to know what love is?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Come here.
Love is...
Love.
Love is a pit bull.
Love is a pit bull.
Love is a pit bull.
Love is a pit bull. Love is this.